Okay, FanAd MLB video for September 11th. As always, we need to recap yesterday's results. Unfortunately, we did horribly, so we didn't have to recap it, but we want to be transparent. So here are the games that we played in a contest, and we said we were going to take the Houston pitcher on an entry, Arizona pitcher on an entry, and the Dodgers pitchers on an entry, and then roll the dice and take the Seattle pitcher on an entry. And then our sluggers were going to come from Houston, Arizona, and Seattle, I believe, and maybe a few from the Dodgers. So, again, we did exactly that. But if you look here at the results, so we had the Astros pitcher, the Angels killed him, 10 runs. We had the Dodgers pitchers. Now, in fairness, we did say the Dodgers pitcher was vulnerable. Rich Hill was vulnerable, but the Rockies killed him, 8 runs. We had the Diamondback pitcher. Okay, he did okay, so that was good. And then we had the Mariners pitcher, and the Angels scored 5 runs against him. So we really, everything just was completely opposite for the most part. So even though our pitchers did horribly, our sluggers didn't do very well, we lost money. We put in 3 entries, actually. I think we didn't put the one in with Seattle. And for $12, we won 0. We're surprised we didn't place last. This was just one of those horrible, horrible days. And on horrible, horrible days, you just look past it and hit the reset button.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so let's do some analysis for today. Now, the problem with today is at the time we taped this or filmed this, there was no contest on FanDuel with 3 or 4 games in it. And there's one contest all we could find that has all the games for the day, and I think there's 8 games. We don't enter those contests. There's just no way to get separation. So hopefully later this afternoon they'll post a contest that has just these 3 games. So let's go through and assume there is, and let's go through and find our pitcher that we want to use for these 3 games. Well, it's pretty easy to see there's only one obvious choice, and everyone's going to have him. But we're going to, you got to take him for just defensively. Again, you look at the PR plus. Actually, there's a couple. So 119, we could use this guy, this Sabathia. Everyone knows who he is. He's fairly erratic, though. He's got an average recency, but this erratic means that he can pitch poorly and pitch really great. So whether or not what he does today is just a guess, it's a toss-up. So he's, you can maybe put him on 1 entry. But obviously Carrasco for Cleveland. The last 3 are great. Means he has great game scores for the last 3 games. He's got a great recency, which considers the last 4 games. He's got a great strikeout rating, and he's got a good bullpen backing him up. Nothing to dislike about Carrasco. So everyone's going to have him. Everyone! He's going to be high priced.
$250!
Got to use him defensively. So we'll put an entry in with Carrasco. We'll put another entry in with Sabathia, and that's about it. This pitcher is for the Detroit. He's had 2 relief games, no starts this year. He doesn't qualify for a PR plus. We can't trust him to do well, so we wouldn't use him.
Did I not clearly explain the circle of trust to you?
We're not going to use an 80 PR plus. That's horrible. We're not going to use an 84 PR plus. We could use this 92. We could use Jimenez, but his last 4 recency is awful. So why use them? So we're going to put 2 entries in if we can find a contest. 1 with Cleveland, 1 with New York Yankees. Now sluggers, again, really simple today.
Okay, I'll make it as easy for you as I can.
You got to take Cleveland sluggers. There's just no other way about it. Now, what we don't care about the Cleveland sluggers, we always try to be devil's advocate and find out things, look at both the positives and negatives. Not a very good home run rating. In fact, a horrible home run rating. And we want home runs. So I don't know why, but for some reason the home run rating is really, really low for Cleveland today. But we're still going to use Cleveland sluggers. They're hitting against a horrible bullpen, the worst in the league. They're hitting against this reliever, and they should hit. Now I'm also going to mention that if you don't know this, Cleveland is going for a record number of wins in a row. They're at 18 wins in a row, and they're on the verge of a Major League Baseball record. So they're going to be wanting to win, so they're going to put their best foot forward and put their best sluggers forward. So you're going to got to use sluggers for Cleveland. Again, you're going to get no separation there. So using Cleveland's pitcher and using Cleveland sluggers, you get no separation. Everybody's going to do it. So you got to find sluggers to fill out your card. That's going to give you separation.
It's just like it's a trial separation.
We look at the home run ratings. Look at, probably would use Toronto for a few just because they're facing this horrible pitcher. Probably Yankees because they've got a decent home run rating as well, and they're facing this poor pitcher. So on both entries that we're putting in, we're going to put 3 Cleveland Sluggers, and then we're going to fill out a card with Yankee Sluggers and Toronto Sluggers, and just hope that we pick the right ones and gain separation. Our confidence level, if there is a contest for this, is really low, just because we're going to be on the same page as everybody. So we're at a 2 or 3 for this contest. I'll close her down there. Before I do, I'll mention that below this video, if you want to find a contest of your own, click the red button, get the full FanAd for all the games for today. Below that, if you submit your email address, you'll get these 3 games plus a bonus game emailed to you at no charge. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description below the video and you'll come to a page where you can get both of those. And finally, watch that 15-minute video if you haven't already on how to interpret these numbers, so you don't need to rely on me, and you can get the full FanAd and interpret the numbers yourself and join the contest that you want to join. Good luck, and we'll be back at you tomorrow on Tuesday.